Hey guys, this is Vasyl from the B-Dance, and I would like to elaborate a bit more about the differentiators of color accounting and why would you go and purchase this course here versus thousands of other course offerings available to you online, which is a very good question to ask. So generally in accounting we have the system where you draw a T account and you do debit on the left and credit on the right. For example, debit expense and credit cash. The problem with that traditional way of explaining accounting is that it's hard for people to follow sides left and right. It's hard to learn using sides as the foundation. It's much easier to follow color psychologically. So in color accounting, we use color to explain all of accounting. We use green for the uses of funds, and we use orange, like the color of the sun, solar energy, for the sources of funds. And we also gamify the process to make it really fun for people to learn 18 traditional transactions. So we use each participant receives a separate kit. They get a board like this, and you see where you have green side and orange side. So green side you have uses of funds, and here you have sources of funds. But it's all color-coded here. And when we go through 18 classic transactions, people literally write numbers on the stickies and they insert stickies in the board, which makes the process fun and much more intuitive to follow. So the point is to get to the joy of accounting. For most people say, what are you talking about? What joy? Accounting is boring. It's one of the most boring fields I know. But the idea is to gamify the process, make it fun for people to learn on that Monopoly-like board. So when we talk about differentiators of color accounting, the first one, you will find a lot of courses out there that are about all and about nothing. You will hear there are bonds, stuff about time value of money, bonds. So they teach you a lot. They will give you a certificate at the end, and they will even run a promo. They can say generally we sell it for $450, but it's New Year's. Sign up for $149, we'll give you that. But I call them about all and about nothing because you will walk away and say, oh great, I've got the certificate, but you will not be sure how to exactly apply it to your business. In this case, for color accounting, we teach 18 classic transactions that are focused to teach you specifically accounting literacy and 18 most common accounting transactions that you can apply immediately in your business, the immediate practical skill to use. The second one, there are a lot of tax returns are poorly done because there is a big silo between operations and tax strategy. The business owners don't have enough accounting speak to translate that to the accountant so that the accountant can develop a good strategy. So this course, Color Accounting, equips the business owners with knowledge to be able to articulate operations to the tax strategy person to develop a much better strategy. It helps break those silos between the operations and accounting and advisory. The third differentiator is that some people say, oh, $1,000 is too much, it's a big investment. But just think about that for a moment. You invest $1,000 in the entire viability of your business. You can read a lot of horror stories, how many businesses went bankrupt and failed, and the statistics of business failure is already high anyway. In the first 5 years, you have like upwards of 80% of businesses failing, but especially put the lack of financial literacy on top of that. So you invest $1,000 in the viability of your business, equipping you with the tools to make your business decisions, collaborate with the CPA much better, keep your business sustainable. Or the alternative is, imagine how sad it would be that if your business fails because of the lack of literacy skills, if it goes bankrupt. So if it goes bankrupt, what does it mean to you? It's unfulfilled dreams. You wanted to provide for your family. You want to be a blessing in the community. But all of that goes to waste, and then you get engaged you spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a protracted bankruptcy process, dealing with all these vendors. So just think about that from the standpoint of investment, what that 1,000 investment does for the availability of business versus what happens if you don't invest in the financial literacy, or you do some free courses, very cheap courses about all and about nothing, and you still don't have practical skills to run your business. Another differentiator is that we reduce this course to 5 hours. Just to 5 hours, because we understand the business owners are super busy. So we want to pack just enough knowledge for the people that they will take practical skills they can apply immediately. So I worked with a guy who told me, look man, I run a barbershop and I run a photography studio. There is no way, I don't have time. Even for 5 hours was too much for him. So I said, okay Mick, what we can do, we can do a workshop over 5 weeks, 1 hour a week. Could you commit to that? And that was a much more reasonable time investment for him. So you're just understanding these people are busy. So if you go online and take a course, which usually takes you 4 to 6 weeks to get a certificate, and by the way, you get certificate for this one too. But for those courses, generally it takes 4 to 6 weeks, and they are much cheaper too. But then business owners are time bankrupt. They don't have this kind of time. So the idea, how do you distill this information, the most valuable information, in 5 hours and give them the most practical and actionable steps to carry out immediately in their business? Then another benefit of working with us is that we provide post-consulting training. We are available for you to actually implement what you learned immediately in your businesses. And then another benefit is that a lot of instructors that you find online, they don't have practical experience. And in my case, I have experience working from startups to family-owned businesses with 100 million in revenue or more, all the way to 30 billion in revenue, publicly traded companies. So when I teach you, I know what will actually make the difference for you and things that will be practical and actually applicable to your business and will truly make the difference for you. That's the way I teach you, because I want it to be a value for you. And finally, if you are not satisfied with the quality or the value it provides for you, we will issue you a complete refund. So it's to make it like 100% guarantee for you, because we truly think it's an excellent solution. Yes, it can seem a bit pricey for some people, but that's why I wanted to make this video, to explain to you how we stand apart from other courses out there that you can easily find online. And it's very good for you to do due diligence, check other courses, and ask yourself, what is the shortest time commitment I can take that give me the most practical skills and pack the most value for your buck. So thank you for listening. If you found the video useful, please subscribe. Please post questions that may be useful for you in the future. Thanks guys, have a good one.